Listen up, and I don't say this often, but this video is very important. Now, Salsa family, and welcome back to another Madden 23 video, and in this one, I'm going to be showcasing why I'm selling a large portion of my Madden Ultimate team, and why I think you guys should be doing the exact same thing. Now, of course, I'll be explaining why I'm selling my team, who I'm selling, as well as when I'm doing so, but before we get too excited, I want to give a big shout out to all you guys for all the support on my channel over the past couple of weeks. Like, honestly, we've been putting up some crazy numbers, and I can't thank you enough. And of course, for all you guys that have checked out the sponsor of my YouTube channel, Underdog Fantasy, and used my code, I appreciate y'all a ton. Like, honestly, that's the only reason why I'm a full-time YouTuber. So if you do want to support me as a creator, the best way to do so is checking out Underdog Fantasy. It's linked in the description. And of course, the app is awesome, but if you enjoy my videos and want to give back to me in any way, that's the best way to do so. But without further ado, let's get started and talk about selling off my Madden Ultimate team, why I'm doing so. Now, the main reason I'm selling off my team is because of this one little pack in the training section of the store. It's the training variety pack, and I misspoke. It's not little. This pack is very mighty, and it has massive changes on the market when the pack's in the game and when it's out. And as you guys can see, this pack is leaving the store in 1 day and 20 hours. That little timer in the top right corner is basically like an expiry date. Once the timer reaches 0, the pack is gone and likely not going to be available in the store for at least a couple weeks. Now, you might be wondering, Swift, why in the world does this matter? Why does this one pack mean you're going to be selling off your team? Well, let me explain. Essentially, the way the training variety pack works is when the pack is in the store, the market is inflated because people are looking to buy training in order to roll into the pack. So what people will do is they'll buy up players, and then they'll continue to buy, and they'll continue to buy, and while that happens, the price of cards naturally increases because there's now a ton of supply in the market. It's simple, supply demand. And then once this pack leaves the store, well, bang, immediately afterwards, there's not really that demand for these players because now there's no pack to roll into, and the market will generally go down. And I think this graph right here will do a pretty good job of kind of articulating that point. So as you guys can see, this is what the market looked like before the training variety pack. It was hovering around a 1.9 or a 2 CPT. If you're a little bit confused as to what a CPT is, kind of just imagine this as like a stock market graph. As you guys can see, the market's kind of chugging along at this consistent number, and then bang, the second the training variety pack comes into the game, prices go from a 1.9 all the way up to a 3.4, and since then, they've just been hovering around that same number. Now, reason being is because people are continuing to buy players for training and continuing to buy up cards in the market. And fellas, we've gone through similar events like this in the market. As you guys can see right here, in mid-September, there was the training variety pack in the store, and bang, the second it leaves, the market goes all the way down. Then again, the training variety pack came in, I think start in November, so around this point, and then bang, it left on November 24th, and continuing along, this has happened multiple times. Training variety pack came in the store, I believe, near the end of December, it left the store on January 5th, and bang, the market went down in half, and now as you guys can see, the market's gone up a little bit, and I will 100% guarantee you that if the training variety pack leaves the store, or actually when the training variety pack leaves the store, the market will go down again. So now that we understand that the market's at a pretty inflated price right now, and that prices of cards are going to be coming down soon, I'm selling off my team because I'm looking to capitalize on that value. Let's just use Christian Kirk as an example right here. Christian Kirk, I believe I can sell off for about 400,000 coins right now, and I will be selling him at that price. Want to open up packs with better odds than EA Sports gives you? Well, check out mudpacks.com to open up packs, win coins, and withdraw them directly to your account. And of course, use code SWIFT as you're checking out the site for 15% off. And I'll actually just pull up the individual price chart right here for Christian Kirk so you guys can see this as well. As you guys can see, this is the price history of the card. It's basically the same thing as what I showed you before, except for this one individual player. As you guys will see, on January 25th, the card's at 280k. The card's at 247k on January 26th. These were the last 2 days before the training variety pack came in the store, and bang, once the pack came in the store, this card went up to 400k. So I'm going to sell this card now at 400,000 coins, and then in a few days when the training variety pack's out of the store, I can buy him back for 250k and essentially make 150,000 coins while still having the same player. Or what you can do, which I actually like a lot, is selling off players and then buying an upgrade. Because let's say, for example, I sell off this Christian Kirk card for 400k. Well, once a new wide receiver comes in the game who's probably better than Christian Kirk, since the market's gone down a ton, I could use those 400,000 coins to pick up a better player. So hopefully that part of it makes sense. Now, next up, let's talk about who we're going to be selling. And there's kind of two different approaches you guys can follow. The first one is simple. let's say for example, there's a card on your team that you know you want to upgrade and you don't want to really take too much risk with selling off your entire squad. Well, what you can do is just sell off that one individual player. So for me right here, Taysom Hill, I know is going to be gone from my team. I know Rob Gronkowski is replacing him in the not so distant future. So what I'm going to do is sell off my Taysom Hill card right now while his value is still there. And then once my Rob Gronkowski card gets maxed out, well, then he'll just be my new tight end. And instead of waiting to sell off Taysom Hill when his price is going to go down in a week or 2 weeks because there's no training variety pack in the store, well, I'll just sell him off right now. Now, additionally, another pretty good example of that is going to be this Julius Peppers card. Julius Peppers has been really good for me, but I think it's time I get a new free safety. So I'm going to take Julius Peppers out of my lineup. I'm going to be selling off this player. And then once the market comes down, I'll just pick up a player with the coins that I got for the Julius Peppers card. Okay, so that's option one when it comes to selling off your team. I would say you can do that with really any card in this game except for an LTD player. If you got an LTD player on your team, this stuff isn't really going to apply because the market moves kind of differently with LTD cards than with promo specific players. So if you're planning on selling off parts of your team, don't do it with LTDs. They're kind of a different category, but everything else I would say is fair game. So that's option one. That's kind of like the lower risk method. But next up, let's talk about selling off players and then buying them back. This is a little bit more risky because let's say for example, I sell off my AJ Dillon right now for 400k and his price doesn't come down. Well, sucks for me. I'm gonna have to buy the player back and I'm gonna lose out a little bit on EA Sports' tax. And to be fully honest, as we take a look at the price chart for a card like AJ Dillon, that could potentially happen. As you guys can see on January 24th, he's selling for 369k and right now he's selling for 440k. So you know there is some risk there because of the fact that this card is so overpowered. So what you guys can do is you can go to this website called mut.gg and you can look at these price charts. Just click the price tab right here, scroll on down, and once you see this chart, you can kind of look at it and figure out whether or not you think it's a good idea to sell off a player. Like for example, on my team, a card like Champ Bailey feels like a pretty good one to sell off. As you guys can see right now, he's selling for about 420k. A couple days ago, he was 310k, so we would be making a little bit right there. Of course, this is a more risky method if you want to sell off your entire team. What I'm probably doing is just selling off anyone that I'm planning on maybe upgrade. Like if I like the card but don't love it, I'm probably selling that card off and making an upgrade. And what I'm going to do right now is let me take out every player from my lineup that I'll be selling off so you guys can kind of see who I'm selling and maybe mimic some of this stuff on your team. So of course, we've already removed some of the players. Sean Taylor is most certainly going to be gone. I don't really use him a ton on my lineup. Calvin Johnson right here, my depth corner, is going to be leaving the team as well. Honestly, he's a good player, but he does need to be replaced. I'm thinking of maybe selling off Jamal Adams and probably going to do it right here. Like, yeah, just looking at price charts, he was 350k, like honestly, not that long ago. I'm going to sell the player off. I am still going to be holding on to these corners. So Champ Bailey, Harold Carmichael, Jason Verrett. And to be honest, I love the players. Like I want to keep them on my team 100%. So that's why I'm not selling them off. Again, if I love a card, I'm going to keep them. If I like them but don't love them, I'm selling them. Montez Sweat is going to be gone for that exact reason. As we take a look at the offense, I think I'm going to hold on to Quadfather. I think I'm going to hold on to Lamar Jackson and Tyreek Hill. Reason being, because there's just so much demand for those players that I think their prices could stay relatively high. CeeDee Lamb is going to go as well, and Creed Humphrey will also be leaving the team, and that's everyone I'm going to be selling. So of course, I'm holding on to some players. A lot of these cards are BNDs as well, but I'm definitely holding on to some cards on this team. And again, make sure you guys wait until the training variety pack leaves the store to make your upgrades. I will probably be buying back players on Friday or Saturday, so that's kind of what I'm targeting. I think a lot of people are going to be buying on Thursday, right when this pack leaves the store. They're going to be excited. They're going to be trying to make those upgrades right away. For me personally, I'm going to have a little bit of patience. I'm going to let the market go down, and even if the market doesn't go down really quickly at the start, I'll continue to be patient because now with no training variety pack, there's no floor. It should keep going down. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you found this informative. I got a lot of selling to do, so I gotta go. I'm out. Peace.